Hello, this is Mr. Hornsby 83. This is the Mr. Hornsby 83 show. And today I am doing my review of X-Men Origins Wolverine. Yeah. Alright, so this movie is, I guess you could say, a polarizing movie. I don't know if people like it, but I know a lot of people hated it. So, yeah, maybe it's not as polarizing as I just said it was, but, you know, this movie came out in 2009, which is the same year that the show I just reviewed, Tuesday, came out, which was 2009, which was Wolverine and the X-Men. So, I was excited about this movie, and I was really looking forward to this being an awesome movie. Well, I was let down. Now, before I continue, I gotta get this out of the way. This video is not for kids under the age of 13. This is a PG-13 movie, so it's not for kids under 13. So, anyway. Yeah, this movie was just crazy. And just, you know, overall, initially, when I first watched the movie, I actually liked it. But as I've watched it years and years on, I actually don't like it as much as I did when I first watched it. Now, one of the biggest issues I got right with this movie is right here on this first scene that you see, where Wolverine just killed his dad with the bone claws. So, bone claws. Apparently they were in the comics, so, you know, I cannot not credit them for that, but Jesus Christ, bone claws, really? This is ridiculous. Then we get the whole title sequence, then we got Wolverine and Sabretooth, because apparently Wolverine and Sabretooth are brothers. That's supposed to be Sabretooth's dad. Wolverine kills his dad and Sabretooth's dad and their brothers. Then they join, you know, Stryker. And then they have, you know, their own little group, which there's Ryan Reynolds right there as Deadpool. I will admit, this scene was pretty awesome. I mean, it was an awesome scene. Although, I'll say it's one of the bright spots of this movie. Another thing in this movie, we also get, for the first time in an X-Men movie, even though it's a spin-off movie, we do get Gambit in the movie. But, you know, anyway, Sabretooth and Wolverine are recruited to look for some vibranium with Stryker, him and Deadpool and all them. As we see here, here's some of the people. You know, Wolverine ends up leaving. Sabretooth goes crazy. Oh, wait a minute. It's not Sabretooth. It's Victor. Because not once in this movie does this guy get called Victor. Or, not once in this movie does this guy get called Sabretooth. Which I'll say a lot more about it later. But anyway. So Wolverine leaves. You know, he's had enough of the illegal tactics he's doing with, you know, with Victor and all that. He gets a new life. He's got a girl, you know, right there. Which I believe this is supposed to be Silver Fox. Which is another international lady that Wolverine had the hots for and hooked up with. And, you know how it is. But anyway. So, apparently everybody left Weapon X except for, I guess, two people. And that's Sabretooth, oh my bad, Victor, and Deadpool. But I don't think Deadpool had a choice in the matter anyway, because, you know, later on in the movie you find out why I say I don't think Deadpool had a choice in the matter anyway. So, Sabretooth's going around, oh my bad, Victor's going around killing everybody, while Wolverine's enjoying his new life. This dude's in the middle of the road holding things up, and, you know, Wolverine asks you to move. Dude says something. He says something asshole-ish and pisses Wolverine off. So Wolverine's like, alright, kicking his ass. But, you know, Silver Fox stops him and uses her power on this guy. You know, Wolverine's like, what the heck just happened? Apparently, Silver Fox has the power of persuasion. So, apparently, Sabretooth kills her, but that does not end up being the case, as you find out later on in the movie. So, Wolverine goes after Victor. Victor. So, Victor destroys Wolverine's claws, or they just call each other Victor and Logan, I don't know. Destroys Wolverine's little bony bone claws. Apparently this takes place after 1973, according to the timeline anyway. So, Wolverine goes back to Stryker, because Stryker went to talk to him. Goes back to Stryker, and Stryker puts the adamantium in him. He changed his name to Wolverine. And, at least he's called Wolverine in the freaking movie. Which is more than I could say about some of the other X-characters that are in this, aside from Gambit. So, after he had adamantium put in him, he must have overheard, Stryker saying, oh, well, if something goes wrong, we'll just kill him, blah, 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 blah. And then Wolverine busts out, runs butt naked through the freaking woods, and this old couple finds him and saves them. Oh, yeah, we also got Blob in this movie, even though he's not called Blob. Actually, yeah, he is called Blob, but he don't like being called Blob. So, anyway, after all that one agent, the Asian guy, I forgot what his name was in the movie, he kills the old couple to help Wolverine and all that, and Wolverine gets his clothes and jacket from that old couple, and he's mad because, they got killed, and Wolverine kills that freaking Asian. Then he goes to, I don't know who this guy's supposed to be, but apparently will.i.am said, oh, I'm going to play this guy. So anyway, after that, he's asked for his help, but he's like, oh, well, you help me train Blob. His name's not Blob in this. I forgot the guy's name. I forgot his original name. But, yeah. Wolverine's trying to get information from him about the island where Magneto and them, or where freaking Stryker does all of his experiments and all that crap, or major experiments, which apparently he was trying to capture Emma Frost's Cyclops, because, if it wasn't for this movie, we would not have probably gotten Emma Frost in X-Men First Class. Anyway, instead of Jean and Cyclops being captured, it's freaking Cyclops and Emma Frost, which Emma Frost ends up being, the sister of Silver Fox, who, at this point, supposedly dead. So, Sabretooth's after him. He's after Cyclops, as you can see. Stryker wants Cyclops for some reason. I guess to keep him away from Sinister, I don't know. But anyway, Stryker says, Victor, stop! Because I guess Victor was going to take down Cyclops. I mean, he must feel the same way he must know that in the future, Cyclops and Wolverine have a major rivalry. I don't know. Anyway, over Jean Grey. So he's like, you should have something, and then Stryker's like, or he's like, oh, you remember our deal? Yeah. But you only get that when we get Wolverine or whatever. So after that, we get Gambit. It's finally here. And he's going to take him to the island, because he was on the island and he escaped somehow. So then, we got another confrontation, even right there. Confronting Victor, yeah! And, Wolverine beating the crap out of him. Also, this is where he finds out Silver Fox is alive, and she was working for Stryker, and blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, Because she's like, oh yeah, it was real to me. It was real for me too. Even though, you know, I played you for a fool. Which is kind of funny because she like tells the story about, you know, this wolf thing and like this moon thing and like, you know, Wolverine takes that story to heart and he freaking, that's why he called himself Wolverine afterward. So yeah. So anyway, after all that, Wolverine's like, alright, I'm done. Screw this crap. I'm leaving. No, wait, Logan, thank me. Sabretooth was gonna freaking cut her in half. Oh, my bad, it's not Sabretooth. It's Victor. Anyway, so let's move on. So, you know, Wolverine beats Sabretooth somehow, and then, well, he beats Sabretooth, knocks him out, leaves him laying there. Then he goes up against Weapon 11, because he's not Deadpool, he's Weapon 11. Even though it's supposed to be Deadpool, but, you know. Anyway, they beat him by chopping his head off, etc., 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 blah, 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 and, you know, then, you know, Wolverine and Sabretooth have to team up, even though, I think it's funny how, you know, Wolverine's, what, 5'3"? Sabretooth's like, what, 6'5"? But yet, freaking Hugh Jackman's a little bit taller than freaking Liv Schreiber. Anyway, see, at least with the first X-Men movie, they had a guy that was pretty big and tall, and Tyler Mane, he just couldn't act pretty well. Although I thought Tyler Mane was pretty good as Sabretooth and as Michael Myers in the Halloween remakes. And I'll talk about that tonight when I do my commentary of the first X-Men movie. But anyway, oh, you know, no one's gonna kill my brother but me. Oh, we're brothers. We should team up against this guy because it's too tough for you. And for whatever reason, I'm just gonna, you know, turn face for a few moments and then boom, disappear, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Wolverine's like, I'm finished with you. Oh, you can never be friends with me. We're brothers. Ha ha. Yeah. Not arch enemies. Then we get Stryker, you know. Wolverine's going after Stryker because he realizes it's Stryker's fault that Silver Fox is dead. And then Gambit finds Wolverine after he's been shot in the head with the adamantium bullet. And, Jesus. I gotta say, this movie was terrible. So anyway, after all that, you know, he's grabbing Gambit aggressively. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? He does save Emma Frost, the Cyclops, and a bunch of other mutants. Emma Frost, I guess, still, even with Wolverine's help, still didn't go to the good side, because as you see in First Class, which came out 2 years after this, she's still a villain. So, Wolverine saving her didn't really change anything. Anyway, Silver Fox, like, hypnotizes, uses her powers of persuasion to make this guy just walk, till his feet are no more. So, apparently, Stryker gets arrested for the death of the Colonel that we saw in the last menu screen. And somehow he's still a freaking Colonel in X-Men 2. Go figure. And guess what? He's still a Colonel in X-Men Days of Future Past. And he's still a Colonel in X-Men Apocalypse. So I don't know what the deal was. So apparently, it doesn't matter if you killed another Colonel, you're still a Colonel. And for some reason, he's younger in X-Men, in X-Men Days of Future Past, he's younger, and X-Men Apocalypse, he's younger. So what the heck was the whole point of having this guy play him in this movie that's supposed to be based at the time Wolverine gets his adamantium? I don't know. This movie's bad. Let me get to a lot of my main problems with this. First off, the Bone Claws, of course. You know, I hate the freaking Bone Claws. Those are just so stupid. Bone Claws are dumb. Next up, why couldn't the guy just have shot Wolverine and he's got a healing power and he's got a knife and he stabs freaking Sabretooth stab with it instead of freaking using the stupid Bone Claw? How can bolt claws even penetrate anybody's body? That makes no sense logically at all. And I'm guessing this was supposed to be in the comics, so I don't know. Then, the whole thing with Sabretooth. Not once does he say, oh, it's not Victor anymore, it's Sabretooth. Like, what? Alright, so, you know, he's not Sabretooth in this. But yeah, he's Sabretooth in the first X-Men movie, which is years after this, so I guess he becomes Sabretooth when he joins the Brotherhood. I don't know. He's not Sabretooth until he joins the Brotherhood. Up until then, he's Victor. That was stupid. First of all, casting Liv Schreiber as frickin' Sabretooth was stupid. Yes, Liv Schreiber is a good actor. I love Ray Donovan. I love a lot of movies Liv Schreiber's been in, but he's not built to be Sabretooth. I don't give a crap what that logic was that Bryan Singer gave when he casted frickin' Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse and X-Men Apocalypse. It was dumb. You could have used the guy from 300 to be frickin' Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse. That guy acted pretty well. I mean, that sequel to 300 was more popular than the frickin' first one, from my understanding. So why not cast that guy that played the villain in that to be Apocalypse? I don't know. Anyway. Alright, and I mentioned the Stryker thing. Stryker freaking is old right here, but yet when you see him in Days of Future Past, when you see him in Apocalypse, he's still young. And apparently Apocalypse was right after he put the adamantium in Wolverine. Like probably a couple days or months after he had put the adamantium in Wolverine. So that really screwed up things too. Now the Silver Fox angle, I mean, I understand that, you know, Silver Fox was the love interest of Wolverine in the day. But honestly, you know, why was Deadpool made Weapon 11? I mean, honestly. Why not make him Deadpool right here? And not only do you get the origins of Wolverine, but you also get the origins of Deadpool. And a lot of people griped about them shutting Ryan Reynolds up as Deadpool, but he wasn't Deadpool. He was Weapon 11. So yeah, Weapon 11. So you cannot, you know. Some of the good things about this story, I will say, we did find out that, you know, Stryker, why Wolverine was called Weapon X, because he was attempt at trying to put adamantium in people, or like making a superior mutant or whatever. We also hear, you know, Stryker talk about his son, Jason, which you do see in X-Men 2, X-Men United, because that's where Stryker was. Now, instead of having Sabretooth just all of a sudden do a 180 and become face for a few moments to take on Deadpool with Wolverine, why not have Gambit stick around and help Wolverine out? Honestly. Gambit wants to take these guys down. He finds another guy that's pretty much indestructible to take these guys down. Why did Gambit not stick around to help him? And why was Gambit so resistant against Wolverine in the first place when Wolverine told him his intentions? So, you know, just a way to have a useless fight scene. Okay, so Sabretooth, again, Trenchcoat Sabretooth is in this, even though he's Victor. Now, Sabretooth doesn't turn into a big furry beast like he's supposed to look like, or he was wearing something to look like a beast. He doesn't know that. He puts on a big scary black jacket as the frickin' dude that Will.i.am put so eloquently. Yeah. So, yeah. And Blob was pretty much in the movie just to be in the movie, just for a joke. Where there's a point where Wolverine's like, "Come on, Bob," and he's like, "Did you call me Blob?" "No, I called you Bob." Sounded like you said Blob, and then he just randomly rampages on freaking people. So, yeah. Why was Cyclops and Emma Frost in the movie if, one, they're not a big part, and why did Xavier come and get Cyclops, Emma Frost, and the rest of the mutants, but Emma Frost did not stay with the X-Men apparently, because as you see in First Class, she is working with the Inner Circle. Cyclops doesn't even get put into the First Class movie. Instead, his brother Havoc's in it. So why not have Havoc in them in this? And then, Cyclops and them didn't even come in this freaking First Class saga until Apocalypse. So, yeah. Which is some things I'm going to be talking about when I eventually get to a review of X-Men First Class. So, yeah. There was no point in Cyclops being in this. No point in Emma Frost being in this. So, yeah. Just, there's no point in Gambit being in it. Just to get some information. He don't even help Wolverine. And Deadpool was in it just to be in it as well. I mean, it's crazy. Anyway, we do get the origins on why he called himself Wolverine. So I guess that's a good thing. But, overall, thinking about it, and like I said initially when I first watched this movie, I liked it. I'll still watch it because it is about Wolverine, and Wolverine is my favorite X-Men. But, overall, now I think about it, this movie deserves a 1 out of 5. It does not deserve any higher than that. Everything that, everything you hope for in a Wolverine. Now look, the Wolverine does make up for things from the mistakes that this one made. And Logan was just an awesome movie. But honestly, this was just ridiculous for what they did with this, movie. I mean, honestly. Wolverine and Sabretooth being brothers, yeah, I know there's been all this other stuff going on. And the inconsistency in the storyline as well with freaking the whole Stryker situation. Like, right here, he looks like about as old as he did in the freaking X-Men 2, X-Men United. And not First Class, he wasn't in First Class. His dad was in First Class, but Days of Future Past and Apocalypse, William Stryker was in them. And he was younger than what he is right here. So, what kind of sense does that make? I don't know. Fox really messed up the X-Men universe, I gotta say. I mean, yeah, they got some good movies, but they got some stuff like this, too. So, yeah. Anyway, 1 out of 5 for this movie. I just think it's ridiculous. I will say, this scene was awesome. Now, why not have Wolverine just stab him with the freaking knife after he shoots him? Like, oh, wait a minute. I just shot you and you just got up like it was nothing. Are you some kind of demon? Oh, no, I'm a mutant. Boom. And honestly, if, I wonder if Apocalypse was still entrapped at this time. I'm guessing he was. So, yeah. X-Men Origins Wolverine, I gave it a 1 out of 5. It's one of the worst X-Men movies out there. And I guess you can't say it's an X-Men movie because it's called X-Men Origins. The other two Wolverine movies were just Wolverine movies. Like The Wolverine and then Logan. So, yeah. Another thing, too. How come we never got Omega Red? Jesus Christ. No Omega Red in any of these freaking Wolverine movies. We didn't get him in this one. We didn't get him in the second one. We didn't get him in the third one. Wish we would have got a fourth one. Maybe we would have got Omega Red there. Who knows? But, overall, the fact that Sabretooth wasn't called Sabretooth in this. He was Victor the whole freaking time. Victor, Victor, Victor. Not once did he go, oh, yeah, I'm Sabretooth now. Don't call me Victor no more. It's Sabretooth. So, yeah. And the whole storyline with Wolverine and, Sabretooth being brothers, I thought was so stupid. Even when I initially first watched the movie and I liked it, I still hated the fact that, Wolverine and Sabretooth are brothers. Anyway. that'll do it. Let me run through a couple shout outs real fast. So I'm just going to do two, which is Heavy Metal Turtle and my son, the Black Ops Killer. So give a big shout out to them. And that'll do it for this one. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Hornsby83. Follow me on my Facebook fan page, Mr. Hornsby83 Show. Trigen Toys, my business page. And I'll catch you next Tuesday for my review of the most overrated X-Men movie, in my opinion. X-Men 2, X-Men United. Did I already do a review of X-Men 2, X-Men? Yeah, I think I did a review. I'll do X-Men Last Stand then. I'll do a review of that. Then I got the review of the X-Men show. The 90s cartoon, so yeah. I did Evolution. I just did Wolverine the X-Men the other day. Now it's time for the 90s one next week. It won't be Friday because I gotta go to the doctor Friday, so yeah, it won't be Friday when you see me, so yeah. It will be next Thursday for sure because I got the doctor's appointment Friday. And it'll probably be an early video because I got to fast also before I go to that doctor appointment. So, yeah. That'll do it. Catch you guys later and peace out. This movie sucks.